So for this video, I'm going to show Azure Bastion how to create it. So I'm going to create a new virtual machine and put in a new virtual network. And like I said in the overview video, the Bastion has to be deployed per virtual network. So in order for it to work, it can only access VMs that are in the same VNet. So just remember that. So I'm gonna come back up to fill this all out. And I'm gonna turn off the RDP port because we're not gonna need it. We're gonna connect through Bastion. And networking, we're gonna create a new virtual network. And that's fine. We could just call this subnet A. But we're gonna need a new subnet for the Azure Bastion service, and it has to be called Azure Bastion subnet. And it has to be at least /24. So I'll do 10.0.1.0/24. Okay. And the reason why you do Azure Bastion subnet is because that lets Azure know to launch its own VM that you connect to, that'll connect to the VM that you're trying to communicate with. Anyway, so next thing is we don't want a public IP for our virtual machine because, like I said, it's the Azure Bastion is connecting to it, so we don't need to have. That's like the use case scenario that we don't want to leave it public and accessible from the internet. So that's why I use the Bastion service. It's acting like a jump server. So I'll come back when it's ready. Alright, so let's go to it. And look, there's no public IP address. So now we want to connect to it. So we connect using Bastion. Say use. And we already did step 1. And step 2, create a subnet. So now we're going to create the host. There's a host name. I'm fine with that. And you got to create a new public IP address. So I don't have one, so I'll create a new one. So now it's ready to be created. I'll just create using defaults. Okay, it's ready. So now we connect to it. And you put in the username and password of the virtual machine you're trying to connect to, which is demo VM. And I'm going to open up in a new window, click connect. And it's not just, for Windows VMs, you could also do it for Linux. And instead of doing SSH, you do Bastion. But as you can see, we're connecting into it, and you could do all the things that you would want to do if you wanted to set up a remote session for a VM. So that's Azure Bastion, how to create it. I'll come back when it's fully loaded up so you see. And here it is. And we're doing this all through the browser window using Azure, using the portal.